Hey guys, Filmsuit here. So, I just got back from Blooper, and I have a new contender for Best Film of the Year right now. So, the premise for Looper is Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt both play the character Joe. Joe is a hitman in the year 2044 called a looper. And a looper is someone who is paid by the mob to kill people who are sent back in time from 30 years into the future. However, alright, so before I go on, I will say there are going to be lots of spoilers here. So, yeah, turn this off if you don't want any spoilers. You don't want me to ruin the movie for you. I'm not taking responsibility because I just warned you. Okay, with that said, anyway, so what loopers do, though, however, is they risk, when they take the job, the risk that they take is closing the loop, which means they kill their future self, and when they kill their future self, they are forced to retire, and they are given enough money, and the transaction, or the currency in the future, is either yen, gold, or silver. Loopers are mainly paid in silver, but if they kill their future self, they're paid in gold. And so what happens is once they close the loop, they are given pretty much enough money to last them for 30 years, and by the time the 30-year gap comes, that's when they're sent back in time to kill, and it repeats this time-traveling cycle over and over again. And what happens is the Joe in 2044 is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and the older Joe is played by Bruce Willis. And I'm sure you guys could have figured that out. But anyway, younger Joe, he accidentally lets older Joe get away when older Joe is sent back in time, and that is the one thing that loopers are not supposed to do. They are not supposed to let their target get away, otherwise it's an automatic death sentence. So the movie follows young Joe pursuing older Joe, their boss, played by Jeff Daniels, and a rival looper played by Noah Segan, who is just this annoying, dumbass, pathetic loser who's just the joke of the movie. It follows him and Jeff Daniels pursuing both Joes, trying to kill them both, and while younger Joe is trying to kill older Joe, and older Joe is actually out to kill this, he's out to kill this boy who will grow up 30 years in the future to be the gangster responsible for killing older Joe's wife. And so yeah, you could tell this movie, I mean, it's a time-traveling movie, and so, you know, it's going to be complicated to follow. However, this is seriously the coolest movie I've seen all year. I mean, it's a gangster movie that has time travel, telekinesis, cool visuals that you could tell are inspired by Blade Runner, Clockwork Orange, Terminator, and pretty much any other dystopian sci-fi movie. Yeah, this movie, yeah, has visuals. The action scenes are very well done on a mid-budget movie. This movie's made on only $30 million, but yeah, it's impressive what the director Rian Johnson, who directed Brick, what he's able to do here. He's taken a whole new spin, an original take on the time-traveling genre. And yeah, this is seriously, this is probably the best movie I've seen so far this year. I mean, I was taken by surprise the whole way through. I mean, it was, now I'm gonna go on a rant here: heart stopping, pulse pounding, spine tingling, floor rambling, gut busting. You get the point. It's a great movie, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt does an amazing job playing Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis does a great job. This is actually This is his best movie I've seen in the last, probably the last 7 years or so, probably since Sin City. This is his best movie since Sin City. And, oh, that's the other thing. They are both Willis and Gordon-Levitt, they both played Joe in completely different lights, making Joe a very fascinating character all around, because Willis, he portrays him as sort of a redeemed and reformed killer, but sort of put into desperate measures that makes him both look vengeful and desperate, and you're not quite sure if you agree with him with what he's doing, while Gordon-Levitt plays him as this young, naive, drug-addicted junkie who basically does not care and just wants to do the job and just put this behind him when he's just unaware, and he just doesn't care what happens to who, and it's basically, it's age versus wisdom within the same character, and that's what makes this movie even better. And then Emily Blunt is in it, and she does a really good job as Sarah, who's this woman who owns a farm and is a single mother, and both Joes are drawn to her and her son is played by, hang on one second, it's kind of why I was filming by a computer, but I should have had this memorized. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's played by, Sarah's son is Sid, and he's played by Pierce Gagnon. Gagnon is fantastic. He's the best kid actor I've seen since Chloe Moretz, and Sid he's an adorable and likable kid, but he's also incredibly menacing when you see what his power is and what he's capable of. It actually kind of creates a whole supernatural horror spin to this movie, and again, strengthening it. It actually kind of, like, the power he has and demonstrates remind me of the anime movie and manga series Akira. And so yeah, what else can I say about this movie? I mean, we just need 2 hours of Bruce Willis walking down the hallway with 2 submachine guns just blowing away bad guys. We need that. We need 2 hours of Joseph Gordon-Levitt just hanging out with the shotgun, speaking French, shooting people who appear right in front of him. We need 2 hours of Emily Blunt being the cool action heroine. We need 2 hours of that psycho kid that Gagnon plays. We need 2 hours of Jeff Daniels being this funny yet dangerous crime boss. This is a near perfect movie. I mean, there is a few nitpicks that probably some critics are going to point out, like, oh my gosh, the exposition is so obvious in the first act, but the way I see it is, sci-fi movies are complicated enough as it is, especially when there's time travel, telekinesis, and the mob all in one movie. And honestly, it's going to be very hard. You're going to lose a lot of viewers' attentions and risk flopping the movie. So it's what you have to do to keep the viewers going is have Joseph Gordon-Levitt narrate and explain everything that's going on in this future. But he does a good job narrating, because his voice and even his expressions, he's mimicking Bruce Willis. He's playing a young Bruce Willis. And I recommend you go see it, honestly. Oh, before I turn this off, I had to get this joke out of the way. If Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher were still married, it would be Ashton Kutcher versus Bruce Willis in this movie. That's all I have to say. So yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5. Best movie I've seen all year. Go see it.